welcome to Tracy Momey Reads. I am back again. So today, instead of a book review, well, I'm going to be kind of sort of doing a book review, but it's not going to be on a new book. Instead, I am going to pick a book off of my shelves that I have already read because listen, I've read so many books and I doubt that I'm going to revisit the majority of them. But this allows me to give you a review and recommendation from my shelves from existing books that I've already read. So without further ado, Alexa, give me a number between 1 and 20.
Here's a number between 1 and 20. It's 17. By the way, you have a new notification. Do you want to hear it?
Not right now. Okay, I didn't even ask her for all that. But the number you heard, she said, was 17. So I'm going to go up here on this. I'm going to go on the blue into turquoise color code right here. And I'm going to pick a book. Oh, this is a good one. So Jojo Moyes, Paris for One and Other Stories. I remember reading this. I don't know what year it was, but we were on vacation. Oh, look at this. Universal Orlando Resort in 2018. So that's where we were, I'm assuming. And I guess that's when I read the book. Although it seems like it was longer than that. But, well, the book came out in 2016. And, I'm good for like reading books years after they come out, so that's probably accurate. So yeah, I was on a trip because I remember we went to the beach also, so it had to be like Florida, I'm assuming, or California. I'm gonna read the inside flap here, or a portion of it, because this looks pretty long. Nell is 26 and has never been to Paris. She's never even been on a romantic weekend away to anywhere before. Traveling abroad isn't really her thing, but when Nell's boyfriend fails to show up for their mini vacation, she has a chance to prove to everyone, including herself, wrong. Alone in Paris, Nell finds a version of herself she never knew existed, independent and intrepid. Could this turn out to be the most adventurous weekend of her life? So yeah, this was a pretty good read. As the blurb said, a woman goes to Paris by herself after her no good boyfriend didn't show up. But yeah, she goes to Paris and it's like she's this very, the characters that are very they're very organized. They don't like a lot of change, a lot of disruption. Their appearance is even very, tight and well coiffed and, not a lot of color and not a lot of, she just seemed to be a very, I won't say boring person, but kinda, she just, I guess, felt comfortable doing the things that she's always done, right? And so she didn't want to waste her money because the ticket was non-refundable. So she ends up going to Paris by herself. And she ends up meeting somebody. I remember that. There's a cute little story in here about that. So she meets somebody and has an amazing time seeing the sights, getting invited to different things there because she had met some people. And, being a solo traveler, she got invited, I think, to a party or something. And she went to a restaurant, and that's where she kind of met the guy. And, the rendezvous ensued. And if I'm not mistaken, when she gets back, it's obvious to everyone that she has changed, I can't remember if she did something to her appearance, but she just seems lighter and more carefree and happier. And of course, that deadbeat of an ex, I don't know if he shows up to apologize or they just kind of run into each other. But yeah, now that she seems like she's different or whatever, he's wanting to try to oh, hey, maybe we should, go back. No, stay where you are. Keep that same energy. But there was a happily ever after from what I can remember. Yeah, there was a happily ever after that I won't tell you about. The other very cool thing is even after the story ends, because it is a very short story, the story Paris for One is only 150 pages, right? Well, actually 151. So it's 151 pages. So this part of the book, that's the Paris for One story. But this part is a bunch of cute little short stories kind of about love and misconnections and change and facing fears and different things like that. And like this first one, Between the Tweets, for example, it's only maybe about, I guess, 10 pages or so or less. But there's a bunch of bonus stories, if you will, short stories. So if you are someone who, you know, enjoys a romance and you're rooting for a heroine who is on a journey of self-discovery, if you are someone who likes books with, you know, witty banner and kind of like sarcastic humor and things like that, and that contains a happily ever after that will keep you smiling long after you read the book. Because like I said, it's been 2018 is 5 years ago since I read the book, and there are bits and pieces that I can remember when I was flipping through here. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. So Paris for One by Jojo Moyes is definitely a book that you would want to check out. And you just cannot go wrong with a Jojo Moyes book. I mean, she wrote the one Me Before You and the sequel to it. And the one that I have another one of her books, The Last Letter to Your Lover, which is also a Netflix movie, which was so good. But I haven't read any of her stories where I was disappointed. So she kind of has the romance and the, there's always an element in her book of like, maybe like a love triangle, a misconnection, reconnecting with somebody, a second chance type thing. So again, if that's your jam, you're going to really enjoy Paris for One. So there you have it. Like I said, I have read so many books. I'm thinking that maybe, you know, every now and then I'll do that. I'll just pick at random a book that I've read that I have never talked about, where there probably won't be an opportunity for me to talk about it because I still have so many new books that I'm reading, or new books to me that I'm reading, that I'm going to be doing current reviews on. So, you know, if you saw a book back here, you're like, oh, hey, how did you like, you know, Good Night Nobody, or how did you like Renegades? Unless I go and pull something off the shelf, you won't know because I probably won't be talking about it. So anyway, if you have read Paris for One by Jojo Moyes, I would love to know your thoughts. Or in the comments, you can also drop like your favorite Jojo Moyes book. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you like this video and go ahead. I mean, the numbers, they're climbing, but we need to keep adding to them. Go ahead and make sure you hit that follow button and that post notification bell so that you can get all of this amazing content that I'm going to be putting out. And I am fingers crossed. I know I talked to you guys at the top of the year about how I'm going to be doing the reaction thing where I try different things. I've recorded like 8 videos, so it's just really a matter of getting them edited down to the way that I want them and kind of determining how I want to start posting them to integrate them with the channel without them being a big disruption. So again, post notification bell because it might start next week. I don't know. I'm not making any promises, but soonish they're going to start posting. Thanks again for watching. You guys have a great weekend. Bye.